allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, everyone. Please be seated. Jenna, can we have roll call, please?
Yes. Trustee Stauff.
Here.
Trustee Rhodey.
Yep.
Trustee Belt. Here. Trustee Pater. Here. Trustee Kreiser. Here. Trustee Grabowski.
Here.
President Knutson.
Here. Item 2 is public hearings. We have none. Item 3, approval of the regular January 20th, 26th village board meeting. I hope everyone's had a chance to look them over. Are there any questions, comments as the way are presented this evening? If not, I'll look for a motion to approve as presented.
Motion to approve minutes from January 20th, 2026 as presented.
Second, Rhodey.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Discussion. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Minutes are hereby adopted.
Jenna, I abstain.
There are no citizens here this evening, so we will move on to ordinances. We have none. Resolutions, we have none. Old business, we have none. Item 8, review, discussion, and possible action approval to approve a proposal from Kelby Brothers Equipment for the purchase of a front-end loader for $1,268,900. I hope everyone's had a chance to go over all the specifications and looking at everything. Are there any questions, comments as it relates to this particular item? Yes, sir.
Just a quick question to Dave and Jay. When we say we have minimal hours on the Volvo, the old one, how many hours are we talking over 19 years?
We do only have 32.
Okay.
So it is very low.
Yeah.
Hear myself. So that does only average out to about 170 hours a year. Any private contractor would love to have a machine of that nature, but you know, it's spent its life in the salt, so we're having troubles just keeping the wheels from leaking all the time. We've already had them removed and sandblasted and powder coated. It's not just the machine. All of our buckets that go with, like the 4-in-1 bucket, the cutting edges are worn out. Those aren't replaceable. It was in a few years ago to try to kind of realign and straighten, and kind of done what we can do with that. Battery boxes are rusting out on them. So I mean, yeah, if we're following the trends here of other municipalities, which I know we don't necessarily want to do, and I did take this into account, Trustee Kreiser, about the used and everything. But it seems like as we go forward, though, we're going to be using this machine more. I just kind of think at this time, it's a good time to step out of it. We paid $150,000 for it in 2007, and we're proposing of getting around $75,000 for it at this point. Okay. So. And this machine that we're purchasing now came in at $211,000, so we're really not that far off, really, considering 19 years have gone by. And this does include a number of the buckets and everything like that, new forks and all that. So, I mean, I went through 6 different manufacturers on this round. I put a lot of time in this. We tried out 4 of them. We tried multiple sizes. I had the guys try them. We worked them down in the piles down at the recycle center. We've done a lot more with recycling now. If any of you guys know that we did not haul anything out last year. Every brush was chipped and residents used, and all of our 2024 leaves were mixed in with, I would say, about 25% of our lake weeds. We turned and turned and turned and pub ground it, and we got just about all of that, and that's still a little bit left. So trying to do a better job. A newer machine with more power would be helpful for us. We're even looking somewheres down the road, it's gonna need new tires on it, and that's almost $10,000, so.
And when are you looking to take possession of it?
It is sitting in our lot right now, but we're not using it, but it is. I assured them that we're not using it.
Okay.
You know, I looked for used machines, I looked for demo machines, I looked for machines that were a couple years older. I did have one machine that a couple came up from the Case dealers, and it only had like 600 and some hours on it. It was a 2023, but it came from Ohio DOT. It was starting to rust, it had some oil leaks, and I thought to myself, the savings wasn't enough to, it's kind of like buying a rental car. You know, the guys know that they're gonna be kind of turning them over, so that's kind of why we steered away from that. If you see what I got with this machine too, I negotiated, you know, all the filters up to 2,000, 2,000 hours. I negotiated the extended warranty on this. I made sure that if something goes down, they come and pick it up for free. They take it back for free, and they give us a loaner. So really covered myself on this, I feel.
Okay, good.
Is there any other questions?
Yeah, Jay,
Yes.
thank you for doing all that due diligence. I appreciate it. We all appreciate it. Is this something that would ever be, since we use it so little hours, and they lose so much value over time, is this something that anyone like rents? And
Well,
is that pricing at all
yeah.
advantageous?
That was brought up. I did reach out. It's crazy expensive.
Okay. Figured as much, but worth the
Yeah.
question.
Oh, here. It is 2,170 a week, and it's 6,510 a month.
Any other questions or comments? Now, this is two-wheel drive, the old one is two-wheel drive also?
No, they're both all-wheel drive.
They are.
The loader is, yeah.
Oh, okay,
with
'cause
a
I thought I
limited
read it, it said two-wheel.
Okay. Okay.
And if a board member would like to drive one?
They are welcome. Everyone is welcome to come and inspect our
I mean, we're
building.
getting rid of a really super nice piece of equipment that anybody should get buying.
Right.
With that being said, would somebody like to make a motion?
Just out of curiosity, like who sells it?
Wisconsin surplus.
That's who will put it on. The trade-ins are usually, like when we sold our backhoe, they were gonna give us 30,000 and we sold it for 37,000 on the auction. So
Your husband's probably been on the auction site.
A really good site.
Yeah.
It really is.
It's a dangerous site. Buy a
They sell
fire truck
guns, they
real
sell
cheap.
everything.
Interesting.
Could I make a motion then to approve the proposal from Kell Brothers Equipment for the purchase of front-end loader for $268,900?
Second, Grabowski.
Here we have a motion and a second. Is there any more discussion about it? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion is hereby carried. Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jay.
Review, discussion, and possible action to approve a proposal from Collier Geographics for well testing. Should this go to you, Matt, or?
I would defer to Dave.
So we did bring this item to the Public Works and Safety Committee right before this meeting. So that committee did recommend approval of this contract. Some quick background is that we're in the middle of a well 6 study right now. So well 6 is behind Pewaukee High School, and we're trying to so that has PFAS contamination at that well. It's a shallow well, so it's 200 feet down. And we're not sure what to do with that well right now. Either we're going to incorporate PFAS filtration there, and the study, which we also talked about at our previous meeting earlier today, has 3 options for treatment, or we're going to go drill a deep well somewhere else, which would be well 8. So we already are in the process of designing well 7, which is over on Cecilia Drive, which is going to be a deep well. So there's a lot of really expensive water projects on the horizon. But to this study here, this is related to the well 6 study. Sorry, this additional study here by Colliers is as we were going through the draft well 6 study, we were looking at different well sites throughout the village. We put together a map of some sites. Initially, they had 3 sites. I had thought that that's not enough. We really need more sites that we could probably look at. So we came up with a list of 10 to 12 potential future well 8 sites. And we're looking at vacant parcels, parcels that are near our existing sewer and water. Parcels, when we look at deep wells, they need to have a 1 mile separation from another well. They can't be located, we really don't want to be next to contamination areas if we can avoid that also. But so we put together this list of sites, and in order to narrow that list of sites down, our expertise is not in the hydrogeological factors of the site, so how much water we can get from a well below these different well sites. So in order to really come up with a useful map of sites, we realized we needed to hire this consultant, he's a national expert, and he's already familiar with the area, but he's probably going to have to do some more review of the underground soils and the bedrock and the quartzite layers and try to figure out where the water is. So we needed to do this study as an addition to the other well 6 study. So luckily he's still doing this work, and he gave us a proposal for from Colliers Geophysics. It's for $10,297 plus an option for an additional $10,000 to $15,000 if needed. So, and this is if we continue at the village with using groundwater. So this is some of the other studies that, we have an ongoing study from Strand. We're not sure if in the future the village is going to be using groundwater or potentially Great Lakes water. Unfortunately, we're going down both routes at the same time.
So similar to what was discussed at the Public Works meeting is that this isn't specifically just for well 6 well 8 and then throw it out. This is a village-wide study that can be used going forward if we do have to stay with the groundwater route.
Dave, are you asking for just approval on the 10,297, or are you asking for up to 25,297?
Up to the 25 if needed. Right.
What would trigger that?
It's complicated. So I could read his scope of work here.
Just give us the highlights.
Well, he's gonna try to. So there's over by St. Vincent de Paul. From there over to Hawthorne Hill subdivision, there's a layer of quartzite that's down several hundred feet, and those areas we've noticed that, or he has noticed that we're getting less water available for our wells. And so we don't want to pick a site that doesn't have plentiful amount of water below ground, 800 feet to 1,000 feet below the surface. And so he's going to be doing some additional testing where he's going to go through a lot of different previous reports that he's done over the years, mapping of underground surfaces. Plus he has some equipment that if he needs to set it up, he can take soundings and then try to determine where this quartzite is. And so it's hard to determine if he's going to need to put in more time based upon.
Are there any other questions or comments? And you said that the Public Works,
They recommended approval up to the 25,000.
someone like to make a motion then?
Make a motion to approve the study up to 25,297 if needed for the Collier Geophysics.
Second, Rhodey.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Further discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion is hereby carried. Review, discussion, and possible action to approve the proposed contract extension with the Pewaukee Police Association. I hope everybody's had a chance to go over them and look at everything that was given to us this past week. And are there any questions or comments as it relates to that? If there aren't, we'll be moving into closed session.
I guess the question was posed to me, and it's a fair question as to why so much information is being provided in an open session with regards to the terms that were agreed to in a negotiating session. And I guess the short answer to that is because that new case that we talked about earlier this year requires it. So there's nothing that says that the board has to go into closed session on this. If you have no questions on the terms that have been agreed to, theoretically, you could approve them now without going into closed session. But if there are questions as to the strategy of why, I guess the why these were agreed to, or you want some more color to those terms, or you don't like the terms and you want to discuss a counteroffer, those would all be things that are ripe for closed session that would get you into that bargaining reason that you need to have to go into closed session.
Yes, ma'am.
I don't think this is closed session, but I'm intrigued with the physical fitness test.
You want to know if you'd pass?
Yeah. Well, maybe this is a question for the chief, or you can answer this. Where are we getting the metrics from?
They essentially presented us with, they wanted this, and they presented us with a sample of metrics from other municipalities.
Okay, that's all I was wondering.
Right, that's how it, pretty much how it happened. That felt so long ago.
You're just making sure it wasn't the presidential fitness test that you did in
Yeah.
grade school?
I mean, I was looking at the requirements to pass, and I was like, okay. I just don't know where they came from. Okay. I'm hoping our officers can pass these pretty good. So.
President Knudsen, if I could just introduce the.
Yes, go right ahead.
Thank you. So the terms that we agreed to, there's kind of a summary in the memo. Probably the highest issue, or the issue that's up at the top of the list, is the wages, which the two groups agreed to 2 4% increases that were broken down into 2 splits for each year. And part of the discussion during mediation was that if we reached an agreement, we could get this before the board quickly and implement it. So that's something for the board to be aware of. And the board should know that the union has met and ratified it. So since their meeting, they met and ratified it yesterday.
So does anybody need to go into closed session? Or are you comfortable with approving what has been given to you?
I think we're okay.
I'd look for a motion if everybody feels that they're comfortable.
Make a motion to accept the tentative agreement with the union. Thank you for everybody that also did the work on it.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion? I would also like to thank Kelly for doing this again this year. I know last year was a little bit longer.
Yeah.
So with that being said, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion is hereby carried. No citizens here this evening, so I'll move to number 10, adjournment.
Motion to adjourn.
Second, Rhodey.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? We are hereby adjourned. Thank you, everyone.
Hey, Chief, you got a second?